Okay, I watched your video, and you can somehow manage to fuck yourself over in the process of insulting others, which I must give you kudos for. But I mean, you are honestly just making a fool of yourself by making that video. What you did was you insulted the bronies and the homosexuals. The homosexuals had nothing to do with this at all. Like bronies never branched off of homosexuals. Homosexuals were there, and then you somehow linked us. You can't really do that without knowing anything or stating any facts. You kind of just ranted about how gay we were, which you had no reason except for the fact that some guys at your school were more popular than you. Well, I guess it's kind of obvious why. They're not ranting on the internet. But I mean, you the homosexuals don't deserve to have to be yelled at by another 12-year-old on the internet, mainly because they've had so much shit in the last few years, not few, many years, that they really don't need to deal with another asshole. And I support the gays, I support lesbians, and I support bisexuals. I support anyone of anything. Like, as long as you treat me right, I'll treat you right. Seriously. Nothing wrong. I feel as though, like, pretty much I'm just telling, love and tolerate. Because if someone can love and tolerate you, you can love and tolerate them. That's the main lesson of My Little Pony, bro. Seriously. Just think, if you actually, like, got your facts straight and actually, like, looked up bronies, aside from the definition you probably got from Urban Dictionary, you would understand that we're not just a bunch of people, a bunch of guys who watch My Little Pony. They listed on Urban Dictionary, because that's where my friend said he got the definition from. Urban Dictionary, it says, a male over the age of 20 who watches the girl show My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. The creator Lauren Frost made certain that every show she'd ever created was a family-oriented show. She wanted the family to be able to sit down and watch the same TV show without any arguing and them having a good time. Like, that's like an entire family show. Like, it's meant for adults and kids and even teenagers like me. Just saying. And like, if you actually did some backgrounds, like if you looked up anything, like, I'm just saying, most of us bronies are pretty cool. We make music and art, and we write stories, and we make our, like, animations. People even do their own episodes. People like Hot Diggity Demon. He makes his own little kind of parodies, and they're amazing. They have like millions of views, and he has like tons of subscribers. But like, he kind of jokes around with it, but he's still a brony, and he still loves the show. And I mean, just like, there are some people, like, there's artists, not artists, but I mean, there's like bronies, like Wooden Toaster, and Snow Wolf, and the Living Tombstone, and there's this girl that I talk to on Skype. I don't know her YouTube name, but she makes music and she's really good. And like, I mean, it's just amazing to talk to someone like that. But I mean, just like, and there's people who draw, and like, My Little Pony was, bronies were pretty much mocked a lot on the internet. And through the mocking, we kind of gained like the ability to not have any shame anymore on that subject. So we just stopped caring what people thought and we just did whatever the hell we liked. So pretty much there were people who liked making music. They made pony music. People like to draw. They made pony art. People who like to write. They wrote fan fictions. And like people who did animations, people who did this, people who did that, people who did this. They would all just come together and just make it pony related. Like I remember meeting this one Pegasus sister when I went and visited Vermont, and she made stuffed animals of the main six. I even bought a Rainbow Dash. And I don't have it with me, but I wish I did. It's so amazing. But I mean, like, just bronies are cool, but I mean, we're not calling ourselves cool. Like, I know that we do some cool stuff, but I'm not saying that we're like the best thing that's ever happened to the world. We're just existing and we're just doing what we do. We're happy. This show makes everyone happy who watches it. It's just like pretty much bluntly, this world sucks. It's pretty much a terrible place to live. And the only I mean, there's nowhere else to live. So, I mean, it kind of sucks. But I mean, the little things that make me sort of happy, My Little Pony's on the top. It's just an amazing show. And it's not just for little girls. It's like the voice acting is amazing. The animation is brilliant. The drawings and the characters, like just the characters will branch off and people will pick favorites and they'll list why, and it's just like just the characters are such a small part, but people just can't get enough. And people will pick out ponies in the background and just name them and make personalities for them. You just don't understand how much the brony community affects the show. Like there was this one pony called Derpy Hooves. Yeah, she was a background pony, and an animation error went, and her eyes were crooked. Not crooked. She was cross-eyed. They put her in the show, and she was in an episode, and she didn't have a name. 4chan gave her a name of Derpy Hooves. She was called Derpy Hooves. Lauren Frost went on the 4chan page and found that, and then added it to the show. That's how much bronies are to the show. We just affect it so much that we can actually cause change in it. I'm just saying, we're not calling ourselves badass. We're not gay, but we're not as you put us. We're cool people. You just need to learn how to get along. I don't know you, kid. I'm not calling you anything mean or anything. I'm just saying that if you treat us with a little respect, maybe we wouldn't, like, call you names. Look, I'm just gonna tell you this once. You need to think before you speak. If you thought about that little quote that you probably heard from your parents every month like I did, hell, there wouldn't be half the Brony community on your page talking about how much of a douche you are. They're not the Brony community speaking to you, they're just individuals. But I mean, I'm not saying I'm speaking for the Bronies. I'm just saying, from one Brony to a non-Brony, hell, what have we done to you? I'm just saying.